Hello. So it has been a while since I've recorded a vlog for you guys. I did take a week off and I was very sick. You can still hear it in my throat. I did not sleep well last night. I was into a coughing fit and I was like, I'm not going to make a vlog today. But I decided, you know, I got some new friends. I asked some people to be my friend today, and I have new followers. So if you're new, I just make vlogs. Literally update on my life. Mostly I just put makeup on, and if something comes to my mind, I let it out. I'm not usually inappropriate or rude. It's usually just updates about my family life, my opinions on things. Sometimes I do get political. I am a Republican, Native American, a Native American Abenaki proud, and I care that people care. And when they are living in a country that I was raised to believe that have always a piece of me been in, and watching my own rights being taken away, and then people saying so cruel things. Why don't you go live on a reservation? Or just a lot of people are, what's it called? They talk about, how do I say it? Minorities, and they just blanket like minorities. They completely forget about Native Americans. And if you look white or even black or Asian, you could be Native American. And it's just completely forgotten about and stomped on. I have in my life come into contact with very racist minorities. People that just think you're white privilege, and fuck you, basically, is how they made me feel. So I'm not broad spectrum hate on people that remind me of that situation. I have a very open mind. I really just think of everybody as an alien to me. Like, I have no idea who they are until I know them, and even then, I don't know them. I've been surprised in the past. I thought I didn't like someone, and then I did. I thought I liked someone, and then I didn't. So it's not just what you hear about people or even what they've been doing, because you're making that impact when you meet them. So just because all of this time they've been a terrible person, well, who are they now? What direction are you pushing them towards? Are you just ignoring them and pushing them away? People say things like it's not their job. That's true. It's not your job. You do not have to help change someone. And ignoring is completely okay, because you know what? Put your health first. Your mental health, your physical health, your well-being is more important. As long as you're not putting that other person down or forcing them to a place that is a more negative space, you're just passing them by. That's fine. It's not your job to change a person. Just be proactive in the way that you feel about things are right, and try to be a person that can be. Like, if you're against smoking cigarettes, or telling people not to smoke, don't smoke yourself. Things like that. Just don't be the double negative for that situation. So for today, what I've eaten is just a cider donut and some pieces of apple. I am not hungry right now because I'm not very active, and I still eat anyways, so I'm actually actively gaining weight, which I'm fine with. I know I'm on a path of mental health first, basically because it takes a lot to get me out of bed. Okay, so Kevin was going to the post office, and I used to go with him every time. And then I just kind of was like, no. Kevin's my boyfriend, by the way. We've been dating for about 2 years now. Or that's how long my Duolingo streak is. And I know that I didn't used to get Duolingo streaks, and then I did. So, like, even after we started dating. So I know it's been more than 2 years. But things have been complicated. They've been difficult. I have a very sensitive physical chemistry related to my depression. So when I get sad, my body kind of gets sad too, and I'm more likely to get sick. I get worked up really easy. I'm a very emotional person, and I'm really just looking for a safe spot. Like, I just want to be happy and myself. I'm not interfering with anyone else. I don't want them to interfere with me. So that's pretty much it. I don't care if you're yourself or you want a safe place for yourself and that doesn't go with my vibe. It's cool as long as it just doesn't interfere, and then I'm totally ready for it at any moment to intermingle. I can adapt pretty well, but long term I want to put my own mental health first. And just for whatever reason, I've been stuck to the bed. I'm not going to blame anything. For all I know, it's just people that have negative thoughts about me, or interactions of the outside that directly affect me that I'm unaware of. I'm kind of metaphysical for someone who is less of a liberal. And I think that it's almost like my medicine to know that you're trying to make a world that does have these lines and that it's not so hard fast. Like, obviously everyone deserves a place where they feel safe. That's my gram. But anyways, I just feel like it's important right now to get sleep and rest, but I was happy to get outside. The ice maker broke. You might be able to hear it now. It's not working. What's happening is it's trying to work. So it's outside of our warranty. So we're just going back in and trying to see if we can make it work. I've called someone to see if it's more expensive to get it fixed than it is to get a new one. They did say that they'd give us a coupon. The best they can do is get a coupon for it. And I'm like, I'll get back to you. So I will respond when I really find out. I just put it through. I cleaned it. And I'm just cleaning it again, and I'm seeing maybe if that helps. I don't know if it'll help, but it literally just, it makes some ice and then stops. But so it's Silonn, Silonn. Great when it works. The first one we got went kaput after 3 months, but then they just sent me a new one. They didn't even want the old one back. But it has been literally like since it's a year and 2 months, and then it broke, so it's outside of the warranty. But anyways, I don't really get on TikTok a lot. It's a new thing for me. I follow Tati Westbrook. She is a social media guru for. She's more of a beauty guru, but she really is focused on health, wellness. She likes to not just sit there and tell you work out, eat healthy. She's more of like a role model than that. And every now and again, she'll just tell you like what her diet is and who she's watching for her workout videos. But anyways, I just like the way that she talks to people, and she made me feel like I could do that too. That's a YouTube. So I'm literally always on YouTube and looking for other people that I like to watch on YouTube. I get overstimulated easily. It'll be a YouTuber that I'll be watching for, it's been almost 3 or 4 years, and then I'm not even halfway through the video, and I'm just like, my thoughts are not, like, they're just talking about an advent calendar and happy as a clam, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, turn it off. I turn the TV off, all the lights off, and I just take a time out for myself. And it does make me feel better. It just makes me sad that I need that time out, because it's like my whole night. I have like 20 new videos or whatever to watch. They're about 20 minutes each. And I'll maybe watch 2 or 3 of them. And then I'm overstimulated, and I need to turn the TV off and just be with myself and my own thoughts. So it's just difficult. I wish it wasn't like that. Interactions with other people, even if it's just me and the TV, should not be that difficult. Anyways, so like I said, I'm a Republican. I don't want Kamala Harris as the president because I actually feel like I would make a great candidate for the first president. If I'm not I'm not going to be devastated. I just want the world to know it's my goal, and me to know that I told the world that that was my goal, and see where I go, see where I come out. I don't want to just be a politician though. Like, I learned you only needed your high school diploma to be the president. And basically, I mean, I've gone to college. I've actually gone to a bunch of different colleges. Gone to Northern Arizona University for dentistry. I went to Eastern Maine Community College for psychology, and they don't really have it as a major, so basically it was just to collect some credits to get to the University of Maine. I went to Central Maine Community College and the University of Maine. So, and I just never really graduated from anything, but I've collected almost graduating credits. So, I mean, I've definitely put the work in, and it's under my belt, and I love the experience and being able to share that. Definitely go for it. Go to college if you're able to go to college. And then know you're not a bad person if you, first of all, don't end up going to college. I did take like 6 gap years before I actually went to college. So there's that. I was in the army too for 9 months, but I did get hurt. I don't know, for military police. And then the experience though, you just meet such a great influx of people from all different dynamics, and they all just think a lot about what their major or minors are, and they really care, and they're expressing it, they're giving it their all. It's not just high school, but they're being told to go to school. They chose to go. They're paying for it, and you're surrounded by it. It's a beautiful thing. I went to sculpture, was my minor at the University of Maine, and the work that those kids did blew me out of the water. I mean, I really wanted it as a minor for psychology being my major, just because of the way your mind works and kind of mixing the two together, sculpting, working with objects. Usually a lot of people are tactile, and they like to use their hands while they're trying to speak, or they can't speak, so they'll just use their hands completely instead. So that was my main focus. But really, I think at the end of it, it's not that I'm nothing if not eventually going to be the president. It's just that that's kind of like the booster seat that I need. Like my little happy pill, my goal, my direction. Am I really talking to people? Are they really listening to me? Am I really anybody? But like I said, I have those really immature thoughts like, oh, if Kamala Harris is the president, then I'm just gonna I've been spoiling Kevin and Corbin and like trying to take care of us, buying things like no makeup. I spoil myself. Like, I just signed up for Scentbird, but like in little ways. So it's like a potent mini help Nicole out, be her own friend. Because on top of the car payment, which is like $500 a month, it's ridiculous because my credit was so bad, so my interest rate is like through the roof. I think it's like 42%. It's literally outrageous. They basically told me no, and I said, but you're saying yes. And then I got the car anyways because my other car was deemed totaled. So I decided, okay, you know, maybe it's time, and hopefully this one doesn't just shit the bed too, like right away. Because I am putting a lot of money into it. So, basically dumb stuff, like go back to buying, I'll just, you know, buy makeup and show you guys, hey, look, I bought this, and I know it's going to be much more of a smaller window of people to talk to. And I'll show you my Scentbird when it's coming. I'm so excited. And I did get drift again because my car right now has nothing. And the owners before it had been smoked in, but I didn't smell it, and I still don't. But just knowing that's like the underlying thing, I have like I want to have a nice little scent thing to cover it. So I did that. I think I got the fall version, like the pumpkin version. Yeah. I'm feeling like I just want them to know and hear me, and then choose, you know, the people that they hate tell the young kids. I'm a boy mom. I have a son. So I just feel like it hits me differently, and it may not. Like, I know that there are really women who love men, but I just feel like I think differently, and like just to tell a young kid, you know what, you can be president one day, and not just want it because it's a girl's turn. Like, there hasn't been a female yet. There also hasn't been a Native American yet. And it's America. So, I mean, it hurts. Just people who are saying, oh, we need a black president. There's never been a black person to be president. They're just like singing into the minorities. They're just forgetting the essential base of where we came from. So it's a tiny passion that's just like always there. But honestly, if another woman gets president before I'm even like shown the way, basically, because I'm not really, I like other people, like, you know, I'd be driven around by people and have security to take care of me, things like that. And it's not even about money. It's really making sure that I have enough to live, and giving back to the rest of the country whatever is needed. Right now I just live on disability. That's my only, and it's very small because I only worked for so many years. So the money that I put in versus the money I'm taking out, it's not so high. So basically I'm living off bare minimum with that, and I could get a job too, but basically as I make money, they take it out of my check. So even, let's say I worked 20 hours a week, I'm making myself more tired, more mentally ill, working for somebody else, other than just coming on here and talking to you. You see who I am, what I'm doing, and helping shape me, versus tiring myself out. It's already hard enough doing laundry and dishes, making the bed, just getting out of bed in the first place. And I think I would just wind up being a curmudgeon. I kind of like to set sail with people making my wind for me. And I'm just letting people know what I need. And I feel like I'm giving enough that it's worth it. But if I'm wrong, I'll know it. I'll know that I'm wrong. And it won't hurt me. I will not die because of it. I feel like it's probably my fault. I'm not sure if I don't have any other specific mental disabilities. I've never been diagnosed with anything else. I don't have anything like diagnosed beyond severe depression. They try to stick PTSD on me. They feel like maybe, but then they're just kind of like, it's kind of just like here. Like, my headspace is always the same. I don't go into memories. I don't go into, like, you know, attack mode or anything like that. So I'm not really, I don't know. They just kind of, they talk to me about other things and test me about things to help maybe promote my diagnosis. But it's pretty much the same every time. So, not being suicidal is good. I'm really mostly just focused on knowing. It's not about knowing, it's about being aware. So I get really sad and I see that nothing's changing, nothing's moving, and instead of being the coach, person in charge, I just get, I want to give up. I feel like nothing's changing, and I want the world to prove that yes, it is. That we are listening to you, you're not deaf, it's just slow. Things take time. And I feel like we're not addressing that, and we're rushing if we choose Kamala Harris. It makes me very ill. I'm just going to be a completely different person. I'm sure you'll still love me. I'm not going to be like an uglier version of myself. I'm not going to hate the world I live in. You know, I don't think that she's got it out for us. She's a Democrat, which does hurt. But I've been a fiercer fighter against other people. Like, Nikki Haley was running for president, and she did fall out of the race. It's just an uglier fight, you know, because at least she's fighting for what I want, and I'm just saying, hey, you're a girl, no. This is like, not only are you vying for my spot, you are a Democrat. Like, the world, you just had that. We just did that. Can we try, and then Trump is the only person that's there. I'm not even saying he should be the king of the world. I definitely feel like he thinks he should be president all the time. He wants to probably change it so he's the president for forever, which is one of my fears, actually, because that would also hinder my race. Is I don't think that he should be forever. Just get out there and get better candidates that are really ready for it. And then just know that you already have your female president candidate. She's getting ready, and there's other people that need to go into the White House first. It's their turn first. Just like Queen Elizabeth, she wasn't always the queen. They knew that she was going to take the throne, and they raised her as such, and that's kind of what's important to me. So, anyways, my foot's asleep. My foot is so asleep right now. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to let you guys know that that's still my focus, and everything's all right. Ow, it's so asleep. There's like, turn your whole body. Like I said, it's just going to change my thought process and where I'm going. Probably just continue to be retired until something new or something's handed down to me that's bigger than what I have now. So it could replace entirely. I'd have to actually make more money, plus that, doing something that I'm able to do that doesn't overwhelm me, overstimulate me, drive me crazy, make me just want to go to bed and go to sleep, so. And it is one hell of a doctor's note, They literally just said, maybe you should take some time off. And that's kind of what they say. Nobody tells me I should go back to work except for assholes. Sometimes Kevin's an asshole, and he'll tell me to get a job. I'm pretty sure his family's bored that I don't have a job. It does close the world out quite a bit when you don't have, like, the dynamic of a company and enterprise behind you. Rooting for you, it's like a whole nother breath of life that they're missing out on, which is hard. It's hard for everybody. And I just kind of pick and choose the world and make it my own buffet. I buy some brands, buy some stocks and brands, and let people know, hey, this is what I'm into right now. And it's usually makeup. It's the same makeup every day, though. But I wear different brands from time to time, different colors, and paint different pictures. I'm not very good at drawing anymore. Pen to paper, I just feel like I'm flipping myself off. Like, I just can't do it. I don't know if someone's reaping revenge. I've said some mean things about people that have a lot of friends. But I'm just fighting for my own purpose. Mostly children's rights. I was a mandated reporter for the state of Maine, and I took it too seriously. I did get like a 97% on the exam, but a lot of people are. You have to work with children. And I was working in the lab, and in order to be in the lab at the University of Maine, doing the testing and the examining, etc., I had to do that. It's probably expired by now, but it doesn't change fact that I find it to be very important, and I do put a lot of focus on it. And people are more worried about parents. I guess they're not seeing the negative impact that they have when they have done something and they are the bad guy, and they don't realize that they're pushing their child away when they're trying to raise them. A lot of them don't have bad intentions, and they honestly don't see that what they've done is such a big deal. But I do personally think it's a huge deal. And what's worse is the people that think it's a big deal that have done it too. Like, they just think, oh, well, what I did wasn't what I consider. Like, they have their own definition of what that is. Or it's not necessarily them and their children. It's outsiders and their children. And everyone has their own definition. And mine is literally just, at all, like, leave it alone. If you're changing a diaper and playing with the child's private parts is part of that ever, like, I just think your mind is tainted in a very severe way, and you're just never going to register that. So, anyways, that turns a lot of people off from watching me too, probably. I bring that stuff up and they don't want to hear it. Like, I was watching the Menendez brothers, and there's just this intense interview, and they're just talking about situations. They're claiming that his father has molested him, and they're interviewing him, asking these intense personal questions, and it's making me feel like too intense, too overwhelmed. So I didn't turn it off or anything. It was almost like a test or something. I'm like, I'll keep watching it. This isn't exactly what I was hoping. I'd rather watch someone get dismembered or something like that. But anyways, I hope you guys have an excellent evening. If you're watching, thank you so much for sticking with me. It means the world to me. I'm not a very social person, but I'm a very, like, my mind is heavy, and I've got a lot on my head, in my mind, and sometimes I'll make these videos and I don't have anything to say. It's just like, I'm here, you know, I'll put some makeup on, and it's a big art project. I hope you guys have an excellent evening. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.